Hello? Why is this headset feel so small on me? Do not know. Hi, fam. Welcome to well, I'm doing this live, but no one's watching because I just started it like a minute. It's a few minutes before this thing starts. I wasn't gonna do this as a live stream, but then I was just like, you can see that because it doesn't got the normal setup. It doesn't got the chat under me or anything else around me. I'm actually doing it in my recording setup because I wasn't planning on doing this live. But then I was just, right at last minute, I was like, you know what? Screw it. Why don't I do this live? Because it seems that this direct is only about it says roughly 7 minutes of new information. So my assumption is it's most likely going to be just a little bit of information on the new game that's coming out this year, and that's it. And they're not going to go into too much detail. They're probably just going to show us a bit of it, get us all hyped for it. But yeah, let me check the audio. Okay, it's fine. Okay, I don't know though. I don't know. I'm very hyped. And usually you should never be super hyped for something because there's a good chance that you'll be disappointed. Like there's that off chance where you won't be disappointed. You'll be like given the thing that you want to see, but at the same time, you always should keep your hopes down just in case. Roughly 7 minutes. It doesn't even say it is 7 minutes. It just says roughly. Okay, we're starting.
Welcome to the Pokemon Direct. I'm Ishihara.
Oh, it's blurred up.
Company. Today, I would like to share some very special information with all of you. Pokemon trainers all around the globe have already enjoyed many adventures in the various regions of the Pokemon world. Along the way, trainers have encountered many different Pokemon, battled against countless other Pokemon trainers, and experienced stories all their own. And this year, a new Pokemon journey will begin for all of you. We've prepared a special video to welcome you to the setting of your next adventure.
Oh!
Please take a look.
Oh! Pikachu! It's a freaking Poopachu! You gotta catch it! Goddamn, catch it! Ah! Just looks like he's gonna play soccer. Not actual game footage. Who's that? Hello? Oh my god, you're adorable! Oh my god, you're adorable! You're fire! Water? Oh my god. Oh my god. Why are all the new starters adorable as fuck? You made it hard for me to choose. Sword and shield. Sword and shield. People thought it was going to be king and queen, but it's actually sword and shield. It's not the king and the queen. It's the knight and the shieldsman.
Today, we are pleased to announce all new entries in the main series of Pokemon RPGs for Nintendo Switch, Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. And for an introduction to the adventure that awaits you in these games, I'd like to ask this next guest to tell you more.
I'm
Whoa.
Junichi Masuda from Game
Dressed
Freak,
up all
and I've
flashy
been
like.
working as the producer for these titles. Right now, we at Game Freak are hard at work on the development of Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. For the veteran Pokemon trainers who have experienced so many adventures with us up until now, for the new trainers who held a Pokeball for the first time in the Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu game, or the Pokemon Let's Go Eevee game, and for all those out there looking to become Pokemon trainers for the first time. These games will be new entries in the Pokemon series, role-playing games that will get any player fired up and excited. Since these are new entries, naturally, you'll find that they take place in a new region, with never-before-seen Pokemon living there and new adventures you've yet to experience. So let's turn to the director of these games, our own Mr. Omori, to hear more.
I'm Shigeru Omori from Game Freak. I'm working as the director for Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. The setting of these games is known as the Galar region.
Gallery.
Galar is
region?
an expansive region with many
Gallery.
environments
Gallery region.
containing idyllic countryside and contemporary cities, vast plains, and craggy snow-covered mountains.
Please tell me there's a gallery. There's at least like a big gallery in somewhere one of these
The
towns.
people and Pokemon live here, and they've worked together to develop the industries in the region. Here in this region, you'll visit gyms with the newly discovered Pokemon you choose to be your first partner, aiming for the enviable and admirable title of champion.
It looks a bit choppy, but that might be
So
me
let's
trying to
get
record
know
the video.
Pokemon that could be your next partner.
Oh my god.
The chimp Pokemon, Grookey. This mischievous Pokemon is full of boundless curiosity. The rabbit Pokemon, Scorbunny, which is always running about, bursting with energy.
Damn, I might have to pick the
And
bunny.
the water lizard Pokemon, Sobble.
But I do like
It's a
the
bit
water
timid,
lizard.
shooting out attacks as it hides
Sobble?
itself in the water. You'll choose one of these distinct Pokemon to be your trusty partner.
I need
and
to
set
see
out
their
across
full
the Galar
forms.
region on a new adventure.
There's 3 forms.
Along the way, there will be many more never-before-seen Pokemon waiting to meet you and be discovered. As we work on the development of these games, our goal has been to create the greatest Pokemon experience yet. We're challenging ourselves to try new things, while still treasuring what makes Pokemon special. So we hope you'll all be looking forward to the adventures awaiting you in the Galar region.
So, what did you think? Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield will be released simultaneously worldwide in late 2019. And that's not all you'll have to look forward to in 2019. We've got plenty in the works for the Pokemon brand that we hope will delight you.
Pokemon trading card game for the Switch.
Thank you all for tuning in today.
I'm not completely joking about that. I would love to see that. Not the old one though, like make a new one. Wait. Make a new one? Would that require new card entries though? Cuz has Pokemon I feel like Pokemon's probably gotten not as complicated as Yu-Gi-Oh, but it has added a lot of cards that sort of change the way the game works, and that kind of frightens me trying to learn all that. So Like, I like back in the day when these card games were way more simpler. Like, you could just pick them up and... sure, there was probably some game-breaking cards that made it so, like, you'd win it quickly. But still, it was so simpler. Yeah. They say roughly 7 minutes, but they actually meant 7 minutes because that was literally 7 minutes. It wasn't roughly 7 minutes. It was exactly 7 minutes. It's 9:07 for me now, and it started at 9 o'clock, so it was 7 minutes. Okay, let's see what the chat's saying, because I'm afraid to say what my thoughts were. Where's slow mode? Jesus. Look how quick they're going. Fastest 7 minutes ever. I only get to read like every other not even every other message, just randomly. Saw crap starters, someone say crap starters. I thought the bunny was freaking adorable. It'd say with the little lizard guy. And the monkey was okay. I need to see all their other forms before I give them a final decision. Because it's not the first form that you'll be stuck with usually, it's the last form. Some people will totally pick based off of like type advantage and stuff though, which I don't like. I think you should pick what connects to you, what clicks with you, not type advantage, because even then, why pick type advantage? Because it gives you an advantage with the first few stages or first few gyms or something. Are you trying to make the game easier for yourself? Is that why you do it? Ha, lame, someone said. Disappointed. Sick. It seems like there's occasional people saying that they are upset about it, but then a lot of people going like, oh my god, this is awesome, hype, amazing. Like, yeah, I'm seeing way more people excited for it than... Is there a way to, like, go back? Yeah, okay, I can.
On Shield. Full video to welcome you to the setting of your...
So it says game footage not final. Okay, so that is good to hear. Because I gotta say, just look at the... Okay, so... I'm a bit skeptical about this. I'm just gonna say that right off the bat. Me and Dan both agreed that we don't want a DS game that is just 1080p on the Switch. Like, I'll exactly read what I said to him, and then he agreed to. So the way we were talking about it, because after I sent him a picture of Mewtwo in the new Pokemon movie, I told him Pokemon event tomorrow. He said, hell yeah, I hope it is better than Let's Go, though. And then I said, laugh my ass off. They would be stupid not to make it much better than a remake of Yellow mixed with that app. That's not the issue. The issue would be, is it going to be more than just being the handheld games on Switch? I don't want the same Pokemon with a few new features / gimmicks and a minor graphical update, or even just the Let's Go graphics. A part of me says that, but a part of me would have been okay if you were going to choose between the graphics that you like, the better looking minor like graphic update from the handheld, or the Let's Go graphics. I would say Let's Go ones, but the reason I don't want the Let's Go ones that much is because they just look too childlike, too innocent and simple, cartoony, and Pokemon's not always like that. Like the core games got like all those IVs and EVs and freaking EVs and I love that joke. It's got it's just got a little bit more depth to it. Like obviously you can play it simple, but there's a lot of depth also if you want to take the time and actually get involved into all that. And making the graphics super simple is just like you do realize you got like older fans playing, right? Like Let's Go made sense because you're hitting off the nostalgia of it being like a Yellow remake. So it made sense, and it was supposed to be like a Pokemon Go. It was supposed to be like one of those friendly games that get people from the phone to the Switch. So it made sense, but this game there's going to be more detail to it, I feel. So it just makes more sense that it isn't a Let's Go looking, but personally, I don't know. And then I said, I don't need no open world, because I've been reading a lot of people saying, oh, it'd be awesome if it's open world. It's like, yeah, but that's like too much of a big jump for them. Like maybe if they made it minor open world, but I don't think it'd be like Breath of the Wild open world. Like maybe if they made it like a little bit, like right now looking at this looks kind of open world, right? Just looking at this spot right here, it looks like you could walk around that town and go all over the place. And the map kind of seemed pretty big, but at the same time, Pokemon is just one of those types of linear games where it's like you start from one gym and you work your way up. It'd be kind of weird if they made it so you could go to any gym whatsoever, and then every new gym you go to, it'll ramp up in difficulty. It just seems like that's a lot to take in. I know it sounds like it's awesome. Like, it probably would be an interesting way of doing it, and it would make the replay value a lot better. But at the same time, it's just they have a formula and it works, and I don't think Nintendo's ready to like throw that away right away. Well, as not Nintendo, Game Freak per se. I don't know, but in the end, it just seems like a lot to go into. Like this is their first like official Pokemon, other than like I guess XD and Game Stadium or whatever that one was called on the GameCube were core Pokemon games on game system, but they weren't necessarily like I wouldn't. That's debatable because the thing is, you didn't get to catch Pokemon like in wild grass and stuff. A lot of it was you catch these shadow Pokemon that were planned. They were planned for you. They were right in your path, and you got to catch them. They had a set of Pokemon that were planned for you to catch throughout the whole game. So in the end, no matter how many times you play that game, you're always going to get the same Pokemon. And then they had these areas where you could leave cake, and then occasionally a Pokemon would eat the cake, and then you could go get those ones. And there was only like a few of them that were actually wild that you could catch, and XD and stuff. Or was it DX? No, DX is director's cut usually. That's usually what DX means, right? XD is usually I think it's XD because every time I go to type that face, you know, the XD face on like Facebook, it suggests that I should put Pokemon XD. But yeah, this is like the very first core Pokemon game. Well, Yellow is considered a core game, but that's a remake of a core game, so I don't know. But this is like the very first core Pokemon game that actually takes the original elements from the handhelds and is putting it on a game system. And I expected them to make the graphics a lot more better. So I was just like, if they're gonna work too much on the graphics to make it like worth the upgrade, I don't think they're gonna make it open world. Open world just sounds too ambitious. I don't know. A lot of people would say otherwise. You go like, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. They could have totally done it." It's like, yeah, I'm not saying they couldn't. I hate when people always say that. It's like they could totally do this. It's like, yes, it's a video game. You could do anything. The creators could do anything they want as long as it doesn't break any copyright laws. So obviously they can't put like Spider-Man in the game because they need to get the rights before they could ever put Spider-Man in the game. But you know what I'm saying? anything's possible. If they wanted to make it open world, they could. I'm just saying that it just doesn't sound like it's the time for that. I feel like, and if they were going to make it open world, I feel like they would have hyped it up a bit more. They would have said something that just made it sound grandiose, or whatever you want to say. Huge. But yeah, I said I don't need no open world, but at least try to make more than it's like Sun and Moon, but it's in 1080p on the Switch. Dan said, agreed, I hope to get something good. And then we started talking about the 4Kids logo. That's a different story. I'm sure he'll bring it up on a stream one day. But yeah, I don't need no open world. I never expected them to do an open world. If they were going to do an open world, then it would have, like, blew my mind. And I would have loved it, but I'm just saying I didn't expect them to. And this doesn't necessarily look open world. At the same time, all I wanted was that they made the graphics look a little bit more, I don't know. Well, just look at, okay, like I said, look at the, well, actually, I was going to say this, but then I panned off into another friggin' conversation, like I usually do. But look at the fence, or whatever it's called, the stone fence. It's just, the texture, it's just not that good. It's not that good. And I get it. It says game footage not final. So we'll keep an open mind. But a lot of the times when they show you something like this looks like it's a game. Like, it looked like there was a lot there. Like, it looks like there's a lot there. So I don't think they're going to be changing too much. Maybe they'll smoothen out the edges a bit. That fence. Is my mouse on the screen? Yeah, right here, where the mouse is. That's floating. It's floating. Look at the grass. You can see like a hole right here. It's seriously just floating. It's not even touching. It's not fully touching the ground. I haven't played Pokemon in a long time, by the way. I don't have a 3DS, so I haven't been able to play the newer ones, X and Y, Sun and Moon, Ruby. Those looked good though. They looked really good for portable games. This, on the other hand, it's like this looks better than them, but at the same time, not much better than them. And that's upsetting because the thing is, it's the Switch. I get that it's portable, but even when it's portable, it's 720p. What is the 3DS running? I'm actually curious of that now. What does the 3DS run in? Okay, let's bring it over here. What resolution is 4K? What resolution is 4K? What resolution is the 3DS? So the screens all use the same effective resolution, 400 by 24 pixels on the top screen, and 320 by 240. 320 by 240 for the bottom. However, 3DS and 3DS XL top screen has doubled the max resolution to 800 by 240 in order to offer 3D. So yeah, the Switch is way more powerful than the 3DS. Even in like portable mode, it's 720p. And then when it's docked, it's 1080p. And this trailer would be showing the 1080p because it would just make more sense. Why would you show the 720p for the trailer? You're trying to sell us. You're not trying to like, oh, hey, look at this. I could put up the graphics a bit, but I don't even think that's going to save it. That's just gonna make me be able to notice the things much more clear. Like, yeah, that thing's floating, by the way. But again, game footage not final. So simple things like that, like the fence not touching the ground, that's fine. They can fix that. But what about the textures? I feel like a lot of the times when they show shit like this, I'm gonna swear, I'm sorry. This is Pokemon, you shouldn't be swearing. But when they're gonna show stuff like this, usually they're not gonna change it that much. They don't want to show you something that is going to just drastically change like later. It's like, oh yeah, here's this. Here's this. Oh, but don't think that this is the last thing. We're totally going to change it completely, overhaul it to the max, and it's gonna look gorgeous. That's usually not the case. They're showing us this because they want us to know what it's gonna look like, and this is what it's gonna look like. They might add a little bit of shading here and there, smoothing out a few of the edges, but in the end, like, yeah, just look at the roof. It just looks, I don't know. Like, the mold looks so blurred up. It doesn't, like... Video is now unavailable because it's not live anymore. I still want to watch it, thank you, but okay, I'll go see if Nintendo has it on their site now. Yeah, they have it here. 7 minutes. It was 7:01. So it was 7 minutes and 1 second. Oh, so that's what roughly 7 minutes means. Roughly 7 minutes means we'll add an extra second. No, now it said 7:01, but now it only says 7 as you click on the video. See, look. It now says 7. It just says 7 now. It doesn't even say 7:01 anymore.
Share the Pokemon you to the set.
Oh my god. I know who the villain is of this. W? It's Wario! Pokemon X Mario. That's the big thing. That's the big game. It's a crossover with Mario. See, but no matter how much I talk about this, I'm sure people are gonna, like, stab me in the back. Well, no, they won't even take the time to sneak up behind me. They'll just take the knife and stab me right in the front. Just because I'm nitpicking this, they're like, oh, it's a new game! Why would you be so greedy? It's like, you know how many Pokemon games we've gotten? You know how they don't change the formula whatsoever? They add, like, a few new gimmicks. You think that's super hard for them? Like, I don't need a bunch of, like, I don't need 100 more Pokemon. There's already, like, how many? Like, I don't care about, I hardly ever care about the new Pokemon. There's, like, a few that they make that, like, like, how many Pokemon are there? I spelled poke. How many Pokemon? 807. That is a lot. Jeez, if they wanted to make this game much more, like, much more huge, they could have just added, like, 25 new Pokemon. And that would have been completely fine. Heck, they could have added 10. I know other fans would be like, oh, they're being lazy adding only 10. But if this game looked fucking amazing, who cares? Like, it's essentially the same game over and over again. I've seen the new games. I haven't played them, but I've seen them. And oh my god, it's just the same thing. They add a few new things like, oh, the wild Pokemon can now call for help. Yay! More time that I'm going to be wasting trying to get out of the wild. I don't want to spend so much time in the wild. Like, there's just so many moments where you're trying to get through it and you don't have a rappel, so you're just like running through it trying to get to the next town, and it's like, nope. Freaking 20 fucking Pokemon, wild Pokemon just popping up and wasting your time, and you try to run, but it's like, no, they don't want you to run. They want you to fight. And you know you're gonna win because you got like an overpowered Pokemon, but it doesn't fucking matter. It's just like I don't want to do this. I just want to get to the next town. And I'm one of those simple Pokemon players where I don't care about the IVs, the EVs, or the EVs. Well, I do care about the EVs. I don't care about the IVs or the other EVs. Gotta collect them all, but you don't need to put up their stats to the perfect amount so you can duel other trainers. No, I don't care about that crap. The type advantage is the only thing I need. That's the only thing I need. I don't care about all that stat crap. I don't care. I'm not that technical of Pokemon. And why should I? It's the same game over and over again. Am I gonna really get that involved in like all these stats and stuff? Dan watched it because he just sent me. He sent me this picture and said it's the bunny's final form. The thing from Summer Wars. I'm gonna ask him thoughts on the visuals. Let's see what he has to say. But yeah, I don't need like 100 new Pokemon. If they can do that and make it look good, then awesome. But a lot of the times when they make new Pokemon, it's like only a few of them, like a few handful of them, I actually somewhat interested in. But then I still find myself loving the same ones. Like I still love Pikachu, I still love Oshawott. It's hard. It looks good. That's all Dan had to say. He just says it looks good. Did he say really good or just looks good? I already forgot. Looks good, that's all he said. Yeah, I don't know. I know a lot of people are going to crucify me for giving my opinion on this. You don't know what you're talking about. It's like, yeah, I do. I've seen so many fucking games. How many generations have we been through? How many? Like, fucking my phone can give me, like, really good graphics. My phone can make things look super realistic. And this is an outdated phone. So all I'm saying is it's possible to make it look a little bit better. All I'm saying. Yeah, Dan says it does look like it was meant for 3DS. And then I just said I like the starters though. I do like the starters. Those are fucking adorable. And I need to see their final forms. Like, I'm loving the bunny, but I need to see their final forms because that's usually their final forms are what you're stuck with for the rest of the game. It's like their starting forms and stuff meaningless. It's meaningless usually because you want to catch them all, right? So you're going to have to evolve your starter. Even if you like their first forms more, like I love Oshawott. I hate Oshawott's final form, but I love Oshawott. Well, come on. Think about it. He's an otter, then he turns into a little bit larger otter, then he turns into that! What is that? What is that four-legged thing? Like, how do you change into that? You were an otter, you had one shell sword, then you had two shell swords, and now you have no shell swords because you can't hold anything because you're on all fours. What is that thing? I hate it. It looks gross. Well, okay, it doesn't look gross if it was something else, but it looks gross when you put it in the mindset of, oh, this was this cute little otter, and now it's this. What happened to you? Like that, some starters just don't make any sense when they evolve. Or not even starters, just some Pokemon don't make sense when they evolve. Dan said, I want Score Bunny. I thought so. Dan's usually the fire type. He always likes the fire types. Me, on the other hand, I'm here and there, like, okay, let's, okay. I'm pretty sure I've already said this before, like, what starters I usually pick, but I'm gonna say it again for this video because this is about Pokemon, and why not? Starters. Pokemon. Starter Pokemon. Okay, so let's go through the starters that's been on. Can I have a picture that's not blurry? Thank you. Okay, so like I said, I did not play X and Y. I did not play Sun and Moon, but I do have one that I would have totally picked because I've seen them and I've decided which ones I like. So for the first game, I always go for Squirtle. I know everyone picks Charmander, and I think that was one of the reasons why I never picked him, because when I was in school, oops, let's, one sec. It's kind of weird to be talking about, oops, hit the wrong thing. Unprofessional. It's kind of weird that I'm talking about it, but I don't have it shown in front of me, so you guys can't actually see it. Starters. Let's just pick a nice picture of all the starters to look at. This one's simple, but whatever. Let's use this one. Okay, and then there. So here. So for the first three, I never picked Bulbasaur. I like Bulbasaur himself, but I don't like his final forms much. Like freaking Venusaur looks like he's all high and he's been doing a lot of drugs. He looks very grumpy. Looks like he's in a mood. A lot like my father. Charmander, though, I love Charizard. Charizard looks awesome, but at the same time, he's just so predictable. Like, I remember when I was in school, there was just kids who didn't like Pokemon but still played the games, and they always picked Charizard because he was just a dragon. Dragons are cool, and I'm just like, that simple-mindedness made me not like him so much, because it's like, ugh, he's so typical. Squirtle, on the other hand, he's friggin' awesome. He's a friggin' turtle with cannons on his back when he evolves. He's friggin' awesome. I love Squirtle. Now the next one Now everyone usually picks Cyndaquil, that I know of, but then also Fear Alligator people like. I don't really remember much people going for Chikorita. Now I usually pick Chikorita because I like Bayleaf. I don't really like his final form. His final form's okay, but it's like, meh. I like Bayleaf, though. So I pick Chikorita. Totodile I sometimes pick, but I don't like his other forms that much. I like Totodile. Because in the anime, he was all goofy and stuff. Just, like, weird and goofy. I loved him. But yeah, I usually pick Chikorita. Then for the next one, I usually pick Trico. Because I like Grovyle. Sceptile's kind of cool, but looks kind of weird. Grovile's awesome, though. Freaking, like, the leaf blade things on his, like, arms. Those are awesome. So, I usually pick Trico. Now, for Sinnoh, Turtwig, at first, I always pick Turtwig. But then, eventually, I started picking Chimchar. Because I like Chimchar. He's so adorable. He's so adorable. But yeah, I like Chimchar. And then you already know what my next one is. Oshawott, all the way. I love Snivy's, like, smugness. And T-Pig is freaking awesome too, but like, nope, Oshawtt's my boy. He's my boy. Always Oshawott. Next one would be Froakie, because I like Greninja. And then the last one would be Rolette, because the freaking bird is cool. I love the bird. The final form, Decidueye, I love him. I love his lore too, that he's actually he's a ghost grass type because he's based off a bird that actually went extinct. That is awesome. I love that Nintendo did something like that. But yeah, so it's essentially water. Like Dan always says, "Oh, you always pick the water types." It's like, do I? Because the first one's water. It's water, then grass. So water, grass, fire, water, grass. Out of all of them, I only pick like 3 waters. Well, unless you count Totodile, then that's 4. But again, Totodile is on and off. Totodile is on and off. Usually it's Chikorita. So in the end, it's like... So 3 waters, 3 grass, and 1 fire. Yeah, right? That's right. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3. Yeah. And so I guess maybe the new one I should go for fire. 'Cause then I haven't picked much fire before. So maybe I should go for the bunny now. Give myself some flavor, because I'm usually going for water and grass. It's just, it seems like fire's always the typical one that everyone picks. Loads of people, everyone always picks Charizard. Cyndaquil is very famous. People love Blaziken, so they pick Torchic. I think loads of people, actually, I think Piplup is actually pretty famous. I'm pretty sure Piplup is a lot famous for the Sinnoh. People love T-Pig. I don't know about this one. I've heard a lot about Chespin, but I don't know. And then freaking the new fire type for like Sun and Moon got into Smash, so I'm assuming that's famous if it got in. Are we gonna get to customize our character? Like, he doesn't look that bad. I think it's fine, but I always see those customized I always see the customized characters in the new 3DS games, and I'm just like, oh, that's awesome. Why do I never get to play those? The one time where you get to actually distinguish your character from every other trainer that you fight online, I never get to play them. She's a cutie. Just like pausing to look at like the landscapes and stuff just to get like a scope of the graphics a little bit more each time, and it's just like, again, the trees in the background look so flat. Actually, the trees in the foreground look pretty flat too. Is that supposed to be your house? Because that is a huge house. And it's even got a freaking stadium by it. And then you got like a bench right in front of the water to sit down in front of the water and watch the water. And there's like no neighbors. This is beautiful. This is a beautiful house. I would live in it. At the same time, I'd be scared out of my mind if I was living alone, because that is a huge house to be living alone in. And also, like, you're like in the middle of nowhere, so it's like any killer could be out there. Scary thought. But yeah, the fact that I'm commenting on the house, like, is that the house? No, that's not their house. This is their house. But I love how. Okay, I'm just gonna say this right now. Is there an upstairs to this house? And is it just one room? And then you come downstairs, and then you just got like another one room, and then you walk outside. Like that's one of the things that freaking baffles me with Pokemon. Is just the way they like to make their houses look huge on the outside, but then inside it's so simple. All the buildings look like that, pretty much. Like, are they gonna actually make the house realistic this time around? uh, I guess it's like a joke though now. Like nowadays, it's one of those things that just is the norm for Pokemon. And if they took it out, people would kind of complain because it's just how they like their Pokemon. Ooh, the foggy forest. I like the rustic look of things though. Like look at the train. Like it doesn't look like super perfect. That's the thing. It's not supposed to. If you saw a train station like that, it only looked perfect when it was first made. Afterwards, it's rust up and get all old looking and like yeah, exactly. And that's what it looks like. That is perfect. The bricks over there on that building. I don't know why I keep pointing at the mouse. This building right here looks pretty nice. That's not a lot of snow for a place that's still snowing. Like, they even went with like the non-see-through water just to keep it simple. Like, it's just like a greeny kind of water. Like, the water looks nice, but man. And now I'm kind of worried here too because I was hoping to God that they would bring back like Let's Go. Now there was a few things in Let's Go that I wasn't like. There was a few things in Let's Go that I wasn't too upset. Like I'm not wording this right. There were some things in Let's Go that I wanted back, and then there was a few things that I didn't want back. So like the whole not battling wild Pokemon, did not want that back. I wanted to battle them. Like, a lot of people are like, but it makes sense. What's so bad about it? It's like, I don't know, maybe because they've never done that. Like, the only time they've ever done that was on the phone. But even in the anime, they fight the wild Pokemon before you catch them. It's always fight them because it makes sense. Why would wild Pokemon want to just be caught? Obviously, they're going to fight back and stop you from catching them. It makes more sense that way. They're wild. But yeah, one of the things I did want back was you seeing the wild Pokemon run around and stuff because it's just so nice. It's a breath of fresh air to see that because it makes it more realistic. It's not like, oh yeah, just the randomness. Well, it's still random. Like you'll still see random ones pop up every so often, but in the end you'll see all of them there. And it made avoiding them a little bit more easier, but at the same time, it was just so nice. It made picking easier and made avoiding them easier, but at the same time, it was awesome. It looked nice. And same with following Pokemon that followed you. Like when they took that out of Soul Silver and Heart Gold, and the new ones just didn't have it, I was just like, why? Why? Why do this? Just let my damn Pokemon follow me. I want to have a connection with them. I want to see them behind me, keeping up with me, hanging out, getting some fresh air with me. If my Pokemon were real, I would totally have them just hanging out all the time. The big ones clearly not, because they'd not fit in the house. But the small ones, yeah. They'd be running around. They'd be hanging out. But again, like, even Pikachu just doesn't... Like, I feel like he... Ooh. My computer just went like black for a second. I feel like he looks way more better in Smash Ultimate, doesn't he? Like, I'm looking at some pictures and it just... Okay, there's some shadowy, like, the shadowing is a little bit off. But I already knew that about Smash Ultimate, the shadowing. But that's the thing. The thing is, you're not going to be paying attention to the shadows. That game is so quick that you're not really going to be paying attention to the shadows. So the fact that they're kind of like choppy looking is fine. It's completely fine. But yeah, he looks way more smoother and nicer. I accidentally opened it, but yeah, look at that. He just looks nice compared to this. Huh? 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 For some reason, he looks like he's made out of gold here. Like, it's got like kind of a darker yellow in front and then like a lighter yellow, like the sun's shining off him, like he's gold. He's made out of gold. He's a gold Pikachu. I don't know. I'm very nitpicky right now, but it's just... I said that I didn't have my hopes up, but a part of me did. In the end, it's so hard not to get your hopes up in some way, and the only thing I really had my hopes up for was the graphics looking good. I expected it to be the same Pokemon again. I expected it to be like literally the same, fighting wise, the attack wise, gym wise, linear wise, all of that. Like, the only things that would be new is the few new features they added, like the few new gimmicks that they usually add. Like, I swear one of them had like a movie thing. Like, wasn't Sinnoh like the fashion show where you could put your Pokemon on a fashion show and try and make like the best looking Pokemon, dress them up, put bows on them, and like make like special Pokeballs that like had like stickers on them when you threw it, like poof, made like a super like awesome like maybe hearts would fly out whenever they were sent out and stuff like that. That was the gimmick for Sinnoh. And then there was like a gimmick for X and Y, I think, where it was like a movie set. You could put your Pokemon on a movie in a movie. Like, they always have that gimmick. They always have like what's new in this one, which is usually just a gimmick. It's something that will get thrown away for the next one. But all I wanted was just something that wasn't 3DS in 1080p. Just graphics that weren't 3DS in 1080p. And people kept getting my hopes up too, because everyone was like, oh, the creators were talking about how photorealistic they were going to make a Let's Go. But they decided to go for a more cartoony look to make it more appealing to all kinds of fans. But the new one could be photorealistic. Like, I was like, okay, I doubt that, but at the same time, it could look fucking amazing. And in the end, it just looks simple. Like, it looks predictable. Is this still in 1080p? I didn't change it. Yeah, it's on auto though. But yeah. Again, there's parts that look really nice, like the water. There's sections of the water that looks really good. But then, like, you got this fucking rock that looks like it's floating above the water. It doesn't look like it's in the water. Like, this part right here just makes it look like it's floating above the water. Like, they just have the top of the rock above the water. Like, this one actually looks a little bit more like it's in the water. But this one, a part of it just, like, right here, just looks like it's not in the water. I'm assuming it is in the water. It's just, all I'm saying is it looks like it isn't. And then the glaciers just look so simple. And why the fuck is there just a street sign in the middle of... Why is it just here? There doesn't even look like there's a path over here, but this is just randomly here. I love it. That thing, like, it sort of breaks the immersion of you being in the middle of, like, the water. But at the same time, it's fucking amazing. The randomness of it just makes it so good. But yeah, the water looks good at parts, but then... Sorry, I keep, like, rewinding it all over the place. The flash blocks it out. I was gonna say the water around the edge of where the fish is. So the water around here kind of looks not that decent, but it's sort of hard to see because the flash, and yeah. Okay, can I see the snow again? I'm a professional in snow knowledge because I'm Canadian, and there's snow right outside right now. So the thing about snow is, I love how if you're watching like a show and then the snow looks fake, I love when people comment on it because they're like, oh, the snow looks so fake. It's like, have you seen snow before? Snow just naturally looks fake. Like, there's just days where you're, like, when it's super fluffy and it just looks like you're in one of those TV shows where it just naturally looks fake. Snow just naturally looks fake. So, the one thing, though, is, like, they could have made the Pokeball kind of sink in to the snow. Like, maybe it's a thin layer of snow, but they could have had this Pokeball sink in. Like, I'm assuming a Pokeball is kind of heavy, right? So, there should be a little dent in the snow. Then people will be like, wow, man, you get so specific on little things. Like, you're gonna really look at that. It's like, I'm looking at it right now. So yeah, clearly I'm gonna look at that. Same with that tree over there. Like, it looks, what the frig? It looks like a ripped up piece of green cloth on the tree. I don't know. Again, the grass looks like right here. The texture on the ground just looks what? This looks better. But I think it's because of the brightness. The brightness makes it look better. The other texture, it's so dark and mushy that it's so obvious. But this one, it's like so bright that it's kind of like fucking with my eyes. So it's hard to see. But again, it's still very simple. Now, the wild grass over there looks pretty nice. And I like how there's a little tiny rock splurged. Like, why am I pointing? I have the mouse. Little tiny rock splurged all over here. I like that. I like that. The flowers look the same, though, as they always do. Like, they look like they're fucking flat-ass flowers that are just so simple and randomly put places just to make it look a little bit different. The models don't look like they changed at all. The characters, they look the same as always, which is expectable. The attacks look the same. Like, yeah, look at that. The 2D punch. But that's expectable because it's like... What is it? What's the word for it? It's the charm. It's the charm of Pokemon to get these kind of attacks. Like, I get that it's just a minor thing, but still. Because kids are playing your games, you don't need to make your game look a little bit more nicer. Look at this. This is just a flat-ass fucking bag. Like, not even the nail looks real. It just looks like a sticker. This whole thing just looks like a sticker. If it weren't for the shadow, I would think that this was a sticker. Just a sticker on the side of a fucking their dresser. And then the clock is like unreadable from that distance. The books literally have like nothing special about them. They're just random books splurged all over the bookshelf. The shadows look super simple. Like, I gotta say, the rug shadow. Why? You could have made that rug just without a shadow. Usually rugs can be super flat that they wouldn't even have a shadow. But the fact that they do have a shadow is like you just added a shadow for the sake of adding a shadow to show that this is a separate model. It's a separate texture from the actual floor, which kind of makes it look weird. It's like it feels like you just added the shadow for the sake of adding the shadow now. I don't know. A lot of people would be like, "Shut up, Brandon. You don't know what you're talking about." Fine. Just be that way. I also like how... Where is the light coming from? The window's like right there. The window's open. It looks like... This place looks like it's... Essentially, it looks like a sitcom. It looks like there's no... It looks like this is a set, and there's no wall on this side, and that's where all the light's coming from, because it's got the camera on the actors, and then the light's coming in from that side. All from that side, because they got the light, like... beaming down from that side behind the camera. This looks nice. But at the same time... See, I think... In the end, they're going for quickness. Like, if you watch this quickly... It's going from scene to scene quickly. And there's so much crap going on that you don't have enough time to look at the textures too much. So, in that case, that's how they're getting away with, like, oh, the game looks nice. Because in the end, it's going so quickly that you're only noticing the nice stuff as possible. But I don't know. Like, when you got a grander scope like this, it's harder to know, like, the flat textures at times. Like, the trees are so obvious. But at the same time, when you're watching this, and it's like... 1, 2, 3... Like, not even 3 seconds. Like... Of course, it's gonna be... It's like a second. It's kind of hard to notice the flat trees. All you notice is like, oh, look at that giant thing on the ground. Whoa, what is that? I wonder what it is. So yeah, when you're only noticing the bigger things, then yeah, it looks nicer, right? Look. Just look at his shoes, man. Look at his fucking shoe. Like, what? Like, I get that shoes get wear and tear after a while, but this just looks like... This doesn't even look like wear and tear. It just look like... They just half-assed the texture to make it look like it's wear and tear. Like, what is this? What is this little triangle here? Then there's like a... And then the black lines are like all mushy. It's all blurry. Hate me, go ahead. Give me your hate. But I'm sorry. if you guys, okay, go ahead and use your bias. Go ahead. Just use your bias all the way. It's like, fucking Pokemon! This needs to be so super realistic. It's like, it doesn't. Sure, it doesn't. But it could look nicer. It doesn't need to have, like, all the books on the shelf don't need to have, like, all words. They don't all have to have, like, titles on the side. But they could look a little bit more realistic. They're a little bit, like, they could made the textures look a little bit more nicer on everything. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who thinks this. I just feel like nowadays a lot of people, especially the Nintendo fan group, like, okay, let me just say this. You'll try and say, oh, you're probably just an Xbox fan or a PlayStation fan or a PC fan. Switch, Wii U, DS, Wii, N64, GameCube. There's not a single PlayStation system, well, other than my PlayStation Portable, not even a Vita, just a portable. There's not and I didn't even buy that myself. I just got it off my dad. There's not a single PlayStation in my room. There's not a single Xbox in my room. I'm all Nintendo. I have my computers. Majority of the times when I'm playing games, the only reason I play them on computer is it's just easier to record with the computer, especially with my capture card and its delay. It's just easier to record with my computer. But otherwise, I love my Switch. I adore it. I love that I can bring it on the go. I love that I don't have to switch over my TV when I want to play a game. I love that. And in the end, like, even Smash Bros. Looks way better than it did before. And that was not even, like, Smash Bros. On the Wii U looked pretty nice. The new Smash Bros. Looks awesome. And yeah, I've watched a comparison video where they showed that some of the things don't look better from the Wii U version. But again, it's Smash Bros. Everything's going crazy. You're not even paying attention to textures. Pokemon, on the other hand, things are not going quick. It's a turn-based battling game. So you're going to be stuck in the middle of a battle looking at the scenery while you're waiting for, like, your opponent to attack, especially if you're playing online. And you're going to be stuck looking at these textures, and it's just like, you're going to notice it more and more. This trailer, you don't notice it because everything's going so quickly. But when you're actually sitting around, running around this world, you're going to notice everything. And again, you're going to try and make the excuse, oh, maybe this is just the 720p portable. Why would they choose to show that in a fucking trailer? They're trying to sell the game, not trying to make it look worse. That'd be stupid. And then again, people would probably point out, oh, it's not final gameplay, Brandon. Duh. Let me just say this. Let's think of a game. Let's think of a game. Watch Dogs. That game never even said it was final gameplay in the title. Should have said it. It should have said not final gameplay. Because what we got was garbage. It looked beautiful the first time, and it ended up as garbage. So now you'll try and make the excuse, yeah, but see, that went from beautiful to garbage. This will go from garbage to beautiful. Usually that's never the case. Usually the only way it could go is down or a little bit up. It never goes drastically up. But hey, I'll keep an open mind. I always do. People might think I don't because I nitpick so much things, but I'm nitpicking what I see now. I'm not nitpicking the final project. I'll wait till the final project. I am an open mind person. When so many people are quick to judge a game that is like they look at a game and they're like, this looks like garbage. I'm usually like, well, I'm going to wait till the game's out before I say that it looks like garbage. Well, yeah, actually, no. It does look like garbage. But again, I'm going to wait till the game comes out before I say it's complete garbage. That's the thing. It's like Jump Force. That looked friggin' awesome too, but it came out as a meh game. The game was like meh. So many people just like it wasn't that it wasn't as much as its hype. It wasn't as much of his hype. And I was like, yeah. So, like I didn't expect that, but like at the same time I did not expect it because the thing is you can't expect what you see. You can't you can't expect that, oh yeah, this is what you see and this is what you're going to get all the time, because a lot of times what you're seeing could make your imagination fly a bit, and then you're just like, you're making like this big grand thing in your head that's not actually what it is. Like even that logo, look at it, it's all pixelated. Why? Couldn't you have at least smoothed out that logo? He smoothed out his hair. Looks like it's freaking pudding on his head, but you couldn't smooth out the damn logo on his shoulder? Or his arm, I mean. It's near his shoulder. But let's not get that technical. Like his face looks friggin' like cartoony and nice, but like the logo, man. Oh, no one's gonna notice that. Like further away, now things look nicer. Like the, dang, look at that ass. I'm sorry. But no, look at the number. The number looks nice, but I bet you if you zoomed in on it, like if they actually brought the camera closer to the number, I bet you it would look like the logo. I wonder if he's actually going to play soccer with his Pokemon. I bet you that's the gimmick. The gimmick is playing soccer with your Pokemon. Not actual game footage. Yeah, but the not actual game footage looks much more nicer than the game. Like, look at this. This looks super nice. That looks nice. That looks nice. Make that the game. Why don't you make that the game? Like, again, even then it still looks kind of simple. But still, it looks way more nicer than the actual footage. I fucking love this bunny, though. I'm probably gonna have to go for fire this time around. Making it 2 fires. Look at him! Ah! Why don't you make this the game? Look at how nice it looks! Oh my god. Look at him. He can go invisible. Ugh. Look at that monkey. He looks familiar though. I think they based him off of an actual monkey. Well, that's usually what they do, right? They base everything off, like, the floating keys. They're based off of keys. The ice cream. It's based off of ice cream. I like the titles though. That's awesome. Sword and Shield. I gotta go for Excalibur though. Excalibur, Excalibur. I like how this was only a 7-minute video, and I ended up turning it into an hour long. That's how I roll. Hey, if you don't want to if you don't want to sit with me through all the freaking analyzing and stuff, then all you had to do was watch the first 7 minutes of the video, and then you would have been done. You would have already saw my reactions.
Today, we are pleased to announce all new entries in the main Pokemon Shield production. More.
I've been working as the producer for these titles.
You look like you should be riding a bike.
Right now, so many adventures Pokemon left to become Pokemon will be new.
Are you part of a gang?
Pokemon living there. So let's turn
on Sword and Origin.
Okay, so let's see the map.
The setting of these games is
So yeah, that definitely looks linear. It looks like you start from the bottom and you get to the top. Like the top looks so grand with like that big mountain with like the gate around it. And look at the bottom, it just looks like a quaint little village down there by itself in the middle of the mountains. So yeah, that totally looks like the starting point. But yeah, open world? I don't think so. It doesn't look open world. Like maybe there's some open world aspects, like maybe there's some open fields that look kind of like, hey, you can run anywhere. It's so huge. There's no like walls in your way, but at the same time, it's totally going to be linear. The whole story mode and stuff, it has to. The story for the sake of the story, usually it has to. And you'll give me the Skyrim bowl, like Skyrim's open world. And it's still got a straight story. It's like, sure, but Pokemon's not Skyrim. Or Elder Scrolls, whatever. Pokemon's not Elder Scrolls. It's like, again, like, just because Breath of the Wild was open world, we're going to now assume every Nintendo game is going to be open world. That's the thing. You can't do that. You can't, like, you got to be somewhat skeptical, guys. You got to be somewhat skeptical, because if you don't, you're going to just ruin yourself. You're going to, like, feel so disappointed when you don't get what you wanted. So the fact that this doesn't look open world to me, I'm not upset. I never expected it to be open world. Like, sure, if they want to make some open world aspects, then awesome, but I don't think this is going to be open world, and that's fine. I just wanted the graphics to look nicer than the 3DS.
known as the Galar region.
I didn't want a 3DS that was in 1080p. I'm going to keep saying that. I didn't want that. But yeah, there's that house. There's the house up there with the big mansion kind of house. And they're near the lake. So yeah, I think that's definitely the starting point. Then you get out of there. So it's like you live in a little village by yourself, and then all of a sudden you go to a big open town where everything is bigger.
Containing idyllic countryside and contemporary cities.
Excuse me.
Vast plains and craggy snow.
So I can already see the gyms. This looks like a giant factory. And that looks like Big Ben. So I guess England, they were right about the England forte. Well, it's called Sword and Shield. So yeah, I think it is based off of England, like fans were guessing and assuming and stuff. But yeah, here's a gym. Here's a gym. There's a gym. There's a gym. This looks like a battle tower. These things right here, they look like battle towers, so maybe they're bringing battle tower back. Did they ever take that out? I don't know. But I remember the battle tower. Oh, that looks like a gym, actually. Like, the bigger part doesn't, but the top part looks like these. See, it looks so much like these things. Like, the gyms all look the same. This one has, like, one of them at the top.
Covered mountains.
And then yeah,
the people and Pokemon.
At the end, yeah, see, totally, that's a gym. That's a gym. And yeah, at the very end is probably the Poke League. Look at that tower. Yeah, I feel like that's the Poke League. So yeah, you start from the bottom, you get to the top.
The people and Pokemon live here, and they've worked together to develop the industries in the region. Here in this region, you'll visit gyms with the newly discovered Pokemon you choose to be your first partner, aiming for the enviable and admirable title of champion.
But yeah, I'm gonna keep my open mind because a lot of it seems empty too. Like there's no people in any of, like, the only people that were shown were the ones that were going to battle. So clearly they're still working on it because first off, I feel like they might keep the Let's Go where the Pokemon are roaming, but we didn't see any of that. So maybe they're still working on it, but let's keep And okay, I'm getting all over the place. So they might keep it, but they might not. So let's stay skeptical, but let's keep an open mind. Let's keep hope in our hearts. And same with the following Pokemon. There's no following Pokemon anywhere, but at the same time, there wasn't a lot to begin with. So again, stay skeptical, keep an open mind. I got invited to a Discord by my cousin. Sorry. It was actually, ironically, I didn't even say anything, but because I was just like, it's a personal thing, but at the same time, it's a Pokemon server. She invited me to a Pokemon server. As it's I'm just gonna say, ironically, the Pokemon Direct is today, and I'm live streaming my reactions and such of it now. XD. I love the XD face. It's overused, but I love it. It's the one thing I love that's overused.
So let's get to know the Pokemon that could...
Damn, they're adorable! I really want to see their final forms, though. Like, their middle forms, okay, sure, but, again, the middle forms are like the middle child, easily ignored. It's like, the older ones, the one that you're waiting for to achieve something as soon as possible because they're the oldest. Then the youngest one are the adorable ones that can get away with anything. The middle ones are the ones that get ignored.
be your next partner. The chimp Pokemon, Grookey. This mischievous Pokemon is full of boundless curiosity. The rabbit Pokemon, Scorbunny, which is always running about, bursting with energy. And the water lizard Pokemon, Sobble. It's a bit timid.
I love that. I love that name. Sobble. Sobble. Ooh, messed with my eyes when I looked over on my phone. Bring it in the front.
Shooting out attacks as it hides itself in the water. You'll choose one of these distinct Pokemon.
So, is that actually going to be a thing? It can go invisible? And is that actually going to affect, like, it being able to dodge moves? Like, sometimes that like, maybe it's just a stat effect. Like, oh, going invisible, it will just make it able to avoid things a little bit better. But not completely.
To be your trusty partner and set out across the Galar region on a new adventure.
Like, I need to know, is it a big deal that it actually goes invisible, or is it just a minor detail about it? Oh, it can go invisible. Huh.
Along the way, there will
Forgot
be many more never-before-seen Pokemon waiting to meet you and be discovered. As we work on the development of these games, our goal has been to create the greatest...
But yeah, a lot of people assumed that this game was coming out by like the end of this year. So that's why I'm saying we can totally keep an open mind. We can keep our hopes up for the graphics to look a little bit better. Like, I'm not saying they need to be groundbreaking, but just smooth out a few of those edges, please. Make them look a little bit nicer. Make the logos less pixelated. Heck, what's up with that? What's that? Is that supposed to be a heart? Heart Jex? What is that title over there? Like that shop. I keep pointing at it, but I have the mouse. This looks like the if you took like the pointy bracket and then the 3 to make a heart, and then it just says Jex. Heart Jex. Like, I wonder what that is.
Pokemon experience yet. We're challenging ourselves to try new things, while still treasuring what makes Pokemon special. So we hope you'll all be looking forward to the adventures awaiting you in the Galar region.
So, what did you think? Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield will be released simultaneously worldwide in late 2019.
See, like, as long as it comes out, like, at the end of this year, then yeah, they totally could work a little bit more on it because they didn't show a lot. A lot of it was just like a slideshow of a bunch of stuff that was going on. And they didn't show any new Pokemon other than the starters as well. So that makes me believe that they're still working on it a lot. They're still working on it. And that keeps my hopes up. Because I haven't played a lot of Pokemon in a long time, but like, let me just say this: my dad's nickname for me is Pokemon. Whenever I'm like running slow or something, he's like, "Hurry up, Pokemon!" Because I was a big Pokemon fan as a kid. I didn't watch a lot of it because when you're a kid, you don't really want to stay inside. Well, nowadays kids want to stay inside and just watch TV, but back then you wanted to like just play with toys, go outside. So I didn't watch a lot. It was usually randomly, so I didn't watch them in order. But I've been trying to watch them in order. There's so many of them though, it's so hard. But yeah, I love Pokemon. I still do to this day, I just don't have a lot of time to play it. And I don't have a 3DS, so I can't play the newer ones. So this is my time. This is my time to get back into it. This is my time to get back into Pokemon. And I don't need it to be a complete new game. I haven't played it in so long, so it doesn't have to be for me. It's so easy. You could just make the same game and I'd be like, okay. Okay. I haven't played it in like years, so yeah. I should go back and play Soul Silver just to give myself a kick back. But if I play Soul Silver, then I'll want so much. Because Soul Silver is like my favorite. It's Soul Silver and Yellow. Yellow's like my favorite classic one. Soul Silver is like my favorite newer one. Black and White was pretty nice, but again, the Pokemon following you were missing, and that's just such a minor thing, but I love it so much because it makes me able to connect with my Pokemon a little bit more. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I'm gonna keep an open mind, but I really hope they upgrade the graphics a little bit, just a little bit, please. Please, like make it look like that little freaking thing where the Pokemon are running around. Make it just look like that. I know that was just a cutscene, but make it look like that. Why? Why don't you? Where was it? I lost it. It was like at the very end, yeah. Look at that! That looks nice! It's not too groundbreaking, but it looks freaking nice. Make it look like that! Like, in a world where we have freaking Detective Pikachu, a movie, that managed to make the Pokemon come in live action, why can't we make the freaking cartoony games look a little bit more nicer? I know it's a different team, like the Pokemon team that make the games aren't working on the CG for the movie, but still, come on. You have a little bit more that you have to put to it, man. But I swear to God, it doesn't matter what I say. The fans are going to crucify me and say that I'm stupid. Y'all really gonna pretend Sobble isn't just a mudkip with learning disabilities? Fuck. We're gonna need a visa to visit Geralt after Brexit. All people bringing politics and stuff into this. Thank you so much for this, Pokemon Company. Please, it's a request. Top, bring awesome game to India. Like, yeah, I agree with this. Don't reveal all the new Pokemon, but it's Nintendo. Like, it's Game Freak, but it's also Nintendo. They always do. And leakers won't allow it to stay quiet. What about the third? Pokemon armor, Pokemon gun. Ha! British don't have guns. Sorry, I had to make that joke. Because their police officers walk around with like the sticks. They don't usually have guns. Pokemon Gauntlet, Pokemon Helmet. Is the fighting mechanic back for catching wild Pokemon? I really hope it is. Just make it challenging and strategistic, for fuck's sakes. Yeah, see, that's one thing that Pokemon needs too. It needs to be deeper, but also simple. It needs to have both. There has to be a deep game for the people that want it, but then it also needs to be simple enough for the kids to get into, and for Brandon to get back into. Because Brandon doesn't care about stats. See, I'm actually very simple. I'm not one of those Pokemon, I'm not one of those Pokemon fanboys that... better have my IVs and EVs. I'm not one of those, very in-depth Pokemon people that, have, the giant statistical board with, all the stats and what they need and what Pokemon they're going to pick and how it's going to be planned out and how they're going to strategize their whole game. I don't care about that crap. I'm just going to pick a Pokemon. I'm going to just go on my journey. If I fuck up, then I'll just train a bit, grind a bit, catch a few new Pokemon, get the type advantage, just walk back in there and fuck their shit up, then go on to the next thing. That's how I play. I'm a very simple Pokemon player, and that makes me an easy target. You can just give me the same game and I'll still buy it. Even if they keep the graphics the same, I'm not saying that in the end, if you're thinking, oh, then don't buy the game if you don't like the graphics, I'm still gonna fucking buy the game. It's new Pokemon. I haven't played in years. I don't have a 3DS. I need Pokemon in my life again. I finally can. I'm still gonna buy the fucking game. Heck, Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. It sounds like that one was easy. Lots of people are saying it was way too easy. I still want to buy it. Just for the hell of it, because my nostalgia with freaking Yellow. Yeah. Not to be negative, but they didn't really need a 7-minute trailer if they were just going to say, hey, we're making a new region that looks exactly like the others, and here are the starters. I stopped watching Pokemon because of the animation Sun and Moon. Hopefully they made this one better and older. I don't like this new Pokemon game. Oh my god, this is my first time actually reading the comments for one of these. I've sometimes gleamed over them to see what people had in their opinion. But this is my first time. Speak English, please. They're running out of name ideas. Yes, the gyms are back. I thought gyms were in Pokemon Yellow, weren't they? I saw Brock and Misty. They were in them. So what do you mean gyms are back? The only thing that wasn't back, the only thing that you should be freaking out are the wild Pokemon are back. Clearly, they look like they're back. Yeah, they're totally back, actually. I don't even know why people are asking. Did they not pay attention? See, this is the thing. A lot of the times, people are so oh my god, this looks amazing, because they don't pay attention. To them, it looked amazing because they had their nostalgia goggles or their bias goggles on, and everything just looked nice. And at first, I was sort of like that, but then you could see, if you watch the reaction back over, you could see that I was just I was sort of keeping my smile on, just staying quiet for a bit. I didn't want to say anything until it was fully done. But yeah, look, she walked in the grass, wild Pikachu. She threw out this thing, whatever it's called. I don't remember what it's called, but yeah, she threw out this thing. Wild battles are back. Period. So that's awesome. We got that back. Gyms were already in Let's Go. I already know they were. But yeah, they're back also if you didn't know that they were in yellows or Let's Go, so whatever. They're there. And yeah, it looks like it's normal Pokemon again. But that's not the problem. The gameplay is not the problem. I don't care. I don't need like a groundbreaking new gameplay. It doesn't need to be like Breath of the Wild. Heck, I haven't even played Breath of the Wild yet. Don't hurt me. I want to, but not everyone has all the money in the world. Because I'm not a wealthy girl. I can't help it every time I say it. But yeah, I haven't gotten to play yet, and I really want to. But yeah, not everything needs to be crazy, like groundbreaking, like whoa. But in a world where we just got a new Zelda game, like a remake that is so much better than the original, like graphic-wise, like it's very like stylized, like it's like the new Zelda, Link's Awakening. It's all clay and all like simple, like cartoony-wise, but it's a lot better than the original. When we had something like that, couldn't you have like did something more with this too? And again, we'll keep an open mind. We'll keep an open mind. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm nitpicking and then constantly ending it with "we'll keep an open mind." It's like, why do you keep nitpicking if you're just gonna like take your nitpick back? I'm not taking my nitpick back. I'm nitpicking this fucking trailer, and that's it. I'm not nitpicking the game. I'm nitpicking this trailer. So if you don't get that, if you haven't got that for the last hour, how long have we been doing this? An hour and a half. If you haven't gotten that for an hour and a half now, I'm still live streaming, so maybe someone's in the chat. No one's in the chat, but no one ever is. If you haven't gotten that for the last hour now, then go away and stop complaining. I'm nitpicking the trailer, and like the trailer said, this isn't final. There will be changes. So until then, I can't nitpick the actual game. I'm only nitpicking the trailer. So give me a break. If you can't even keep... Like, when you say keep an open mind, it goes both ways. You gotta keep an open mind and actually make sure... Like, you gotta keep an open mind for the positive side, but you have to keep an open mind for the negative side. That's what your open mind is for. You're opening up your mind so then you don't get disappointed. You're keeping an open mind for the hopefulness of actually getting something you wanted, but then you're also keeping it open for the fact that you might not get what you're going to want. That's what an open mind is. So, if you're biased with Pokemon, if you're a super huge Pokemon fan, please keep an open mind. Look at this trailer in detail. Then look at like Sun and Moon. And you'll see that it's not that graphically upgraded. And just keep an open mind. Negative and positive. Keep it positive for like the sake of they might change it. Keep it negative for the sake that they might not change it. So you don't get your hopes up. I fucking love the starters though. Like Grookey, Scorbunny, Sobble. Yeah, the names are pretty like meh, but I love them. I love the new starters. Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield will be set in Galar, an expansive region with many environments, idyllic countryside, contemporary cities, thick forests, and craggy snow-covered mountains. The people and Pokemon live together in this region, and they've worked together to develop the industries here. I want to see a Pokemon game where they actually make majority of it snow. Like the snow is just like up here. Majority of it's just grass. And I know that grass and stuff is nice, But it'd be neat if they actually made like a snow wonderland for Pokemon one day. Like make it inspired off of Canada. Then you'll have a snow-covered land. Well, I know we're not always snow, but that's what we're famous for. Come on. Everyone knows we're famous for our snow. That's the only thing we're famous for, it's our snow. You can't come to Canada not expecting snow. I swear to God, if you search up Canada on Google, it's probably gonna just show like it's probably gonna be like a snow-covered like driveway, and then it says Mondays. Canada. Just type Canada, then click images. Okay, no, actually it's showing a bunch of maps and the Canadian flag. Let's type Canada, and then let's type Mondays. Nope. It's not showing anything. It's just showing a bunch of random crap. Canada meme? Instantly. Meanwhile in Canada, showing two guys wearing t-shirts drinking beer in the middle of snow. Biggest riot in Canada's history. I am a little upset. Just a person holding a tiny picket sign saying, I'm a little upset. I don't always celebrate Canada's 150th, but when I do it right. And he's holding a bacon. He's got a hockey stick in the back. He's got a giant Canada flag in the back. And he's drinking... Is that maple syrup? I don't think he's drinking maple syrup because his drink looks like an actual drink, but he does have maple syrup next to him. I think. It's hard to read. Whoever said do the job right the first time and you'll never have to do it again, never shoveled a Canadian driveway. Oh, I love it. Fucking love Canada memes. Because they're so right. Canadian commuters didn't find the workers and the automatic gate was broken, so they did this. Some men just want to watch the world earn. Want to watch the world earn. I didn't get it. I was like, what is this all about? And then I looked at the top of the thing. It's like a ticket booth gate thing. And since the thing was locked and it wasn't working, it was broken, the gate was like just opened, they were putting money on the top of the thing. They didn't have to give money away, but they were giving money away anyways. For the sake of like, hey, I get that you guys aren't here, things are broken here. It's just got money on the top. And then it's like, instead of some people want to watch the world burn, it's earn. Is that Miley Cyrus? In Canada, she is known as Kilometer Cyrus. Welcome to Canada, where the holidays are made up and the seasons doesn't matter. The holidays are made up. What holidays are made up? We celebrate Christmas, Easter, and all those other United States things. Meanwhile, in Canada, she has the door open. It's just snow covered her door. Impressive, adapt, overcome, Canada edition. It's just a thing of snow hanging from his roof, and he's put beer in the snow, using the snow as cooler. Then here's a picture where the kid's saying, I live in Canada, and then the guy's comforting him. Like, Canada's so bad! Free healthcare! And then they got a picture of Justin Bieber and says, blame Canada. Hey! We didn't make him. He just lives here. You can keep him. You can keep him. Some Canadian police departments give out positive tickets to thank people for doing something good. Why are we not funding this? Canadian Border Patrol watching for illegal Americans, and it's guy on a moose with a gun. Halloween in Canada, the person wearing like a little mermaid costume but dressed in like a snowsuit. That's not true. Usually our Halloweens are raining. Looks like spring's coming early. I can already see the deer and they're in the snow. Winter is coming. Oh nope, my bad. We're just in Canada. If Trump is so good, how come there's no Trump too? And then it's showing our Trump, the fat fuck that's in our place. Yeah, I'll admit we have our own Trump. So I'll leave that for you guys. I'll give that to you guys. We got that fat guy that's taking funds out of like schools for some reason. Senator Ted Cruz was born in Canada, so while we were worried about Iran, China, and North Korea, a Canadian shut down the U.S. government. Computer, give me a picture that is cartoonishly opposite of America. Then it shows the Canadian guy. It is the anti-bullying day. It was anti-bullying day yesterday. I'm sorry. Why am I looking at Canadian memes? When it's Pokemon? I should be looking at British memes. I off-railed myself so much. Yeah, I'm done, guys. I'll keep an open mind. I know people get pissed off for my nitpicking. Some people will be like, hey, he's right. He's right. You gotta keep an open mind. Gotta keep it open for positive side, for the negative side. You don't want to get your hopes up. But then most people say, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. It's like, I guess me and a million of others who, well, not millions, but I'm sure there's at least 1,000 others who also agree with me are completely wrong. The people who aren't biased. And now I'm not a Pokemon fan because I'm not biased. What's Pokemon Direct, LOL? Direct... Then she said that's a cool coincidence. Oh. Direct is a Nintendo event where they announce new games that are coming out. But yeah, in the end, I'm excited for this. Nevertheless, I'm disappointed about the graphics, but I'm super excited for a new Pokemon game that is actually on the Switch. I am super excited for that. And I'm happy that they took away that stupid fucking catching the Pokemon thing. Like it was cool for Let's Go and it was cool for the Go game. But no, not my official Pokemon, please. Not my official Pokemon. Wild Pokemon, please. Wild Pokemon. But please. You want to know, okay, the one thing to make Brandon super biased about this, is so simple. You want to know what that is? Make my fucking Pokemon follow me again. Bring that back. Keep bringing that back, and always keep it in the game. If you can do that, you won Brandon completely. Graphic-wise, it doesn't matter. You won Brandon. If I have my Pokemon following me, you won Brandon. How to win Brandon confirmed. Pokemon follow. Yeah. I'm excited for it. And I want to hear more news about it. I don't want to hear I'm with this person. I had them still highlighted. Subject number 74, I'm with them. Please don't reveal all new Pokemon. I don't want to. I don't want that. Don't show me, because even if they disappoint me or even if they hype me, don't. I want that surprise. I want that surprise. I want that to be a surprise. So don't spoil that for me. Just show me, just if you're gonna show any new stuff, show us if the game's updated a bit. Show us if the graphics changed a bit, or show us if there's the Pokemon in the grass are seeable, or the Pokemon are following. Let them follow me. Let them follow me now. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'm sorry it took so fucking long. It was essentially 2 hours. I like to talk a lot. My reactions have turned into me analyzing things as well. It's not just reactions, it's analyzing it too. I like to do that. And I hope you guys like it too. Caitlin's playing old. Caitlin is my cousin, and she's the one that sent me the Discord thing, and she said she's playing old RuneScape. But yeah. What was I saying? Shoot, I forgot. Old RuneScape made me forget. I was just gonna say sorry for this. Sorry for the last reaction video that I did. It's not up yet as I'm doing this, but by the time this is up on the YouTube, that should be up. During it, I paused so many goddamn times, and while I was watching it, I was like, "Holy crap!" There was even moments where I was like, I paused it, then played it for a second, then I paused it like right after. I was like, why didn't I just finish talking before I played it again? I'll try to do that less. I'll try to start the way I'm gonna start doing it. I'll start going back to the way I was doing it before, where I'll watch the direct, even if I'm not watching it live. I'll watch the direct first, and then I'll go back and say what I was going to say. But the problem, the reason I did it that way originally, like, the reason I did it for the last video that way was because I'm usually a very forgetful person, and if I don't say things right away, I will forget what I was about to say, which does become a problem, but it's not that big of a deal if it's not that important. So I'll try to do it. I'll try to do it where I watch the thing before I start talking about it, or at least I'll watch the whole trailer for the game in the direct, like I did with the Super Mario thing. I'll watch the whole trailer first, and then I will go back and talk about it. Just tell me your guys' thoughts, and leave your suggestions in the Discord. We have a suggestion area. Leave it there. Leave it there, goddammit. And yeah, tell me your thoughts. If you watched up to this point, thank you. I hope you liked my whole reactions and analyzing it. I hope you liked that. If you didn't, I'm sorry, and I'm surprised that you watched this long if you didn't like it. But thank you, I guess. Leave a subscribe. That helps us out. And see you next time for more. Yeah. Bye.
Bonus rounds! It's a bonus round again, because that seems to be a thing now. So, it's going to be Sydney reacting to this. I did like 2 hours of this before, as you guys probably sat through that, or maybe you clicked off as soon as possible, so you're probably not even watching this part, or maybe you saw the little clip thing that I put in there that lets you skip ahead, and you just skipped right to the bonus round after my initial reactions. Now it's Sydney's reaction, so we'll see what she thinks. Only she can hear this.
To the Pokemon Direct. I'm Ishihara from the Pokemon Company.
You can hear it, right?
Ishihara.
Today, I would like to share some very special information with all of you.
So technically he's
Pokemon
actually
trainers
speaking
all around the
Japanese,
globe have
but
already
they
enjoyed
use
many
a
adventures in
voice
various
translator
regions of the
to
Pokemon
make
world.
it sound English.
They use a human
Along the
being
way,
to translate
trainers
it.
have encountered many
Oh.
different Pokemon, and battled against countless other
I
Pokemon,
thought they use a voice
and
translator.
experienced stories all their own.
He's
Why
right
use a
now.
voice translator when
This
you can
year,
use an
the new
actual
Pokemon
translator
will begin
for less
all
money
of you.
and more accurate?
I don't know, I didn't even think of that.
We've prepared a special video to welcome you to the setting of your next adventure. Please take a look.
on the spin thing?
Are you watching?
Cool. Is this the new one that's on the Switch? Pika!
Hey!
Cool. Not actual game footage. Who is that? Who is that? He can go invisible and blend in with the water. Do you know who these Pokemon are? You're smiling. Tell me.
Just watch, they'll tell you themselves.
A sword. Pokemon Shield. Hmm? Wait, this is like Pokemon Sun and Moon. Sword and Shield.
Today, we are pleased to announce all new entries in the main series of Pokemon RPGs for Nintendo Switch, Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. And for an introduction to the adventure that awaits you in these games, I'd like to ask this next guest to tell you more.
I'm Junichi Masuda from Game Freak, and I have been working as the producer for these titles. Right now, we at Game Freak are hard at work on the development of Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield.
Like his jacket?
Yeah.
For the veteran Pokemon trainers who have experienced so many adventures
Ryan
with us
Reynolds?
up until now. For the
Whoa,
new
this is a
trainers
Japanese
who held
guy.
the
Ryan
Pokemon
Reynolds
for
is
the first time
Canadian.
in the Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu game, or the Pokemon Let's Go Eevee game. And for
Pikachu's
all those out there
better.
looking to become Pokemon trainers for the first
What
time.
does Dan think's better?
He likes Eevee.
These games will
How
be new
dare
entries to the
he.
Pokemon series. Role-playing games that will get any
He likes
player
Eevee and the
fired up and
Eeveelutions.
excited.
What?
The Eeveelutions, they're all the evolutions
Since
of
these are
Eevee.
new entries,
so
naturally,
7
you'll
different
find that they
ones?
take place in a new
6.
region, with
I don't know, I never
before-seen
counted.
Pokemon living there, and
They
new
got like
adventures you get to
Flareon,
experience.
Jolteon, Vaporeon,
So let's
Umbreon,
turn to the director
Espeon,
of these games,
Leafeon,
our own Mr. Omori,
Sylveon,
to
I
hear
think.
more.
I'm
Glaceon.
Shigeru Omori.
I think that's it right now.
I'm working as the
you're
director
7.
for Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. The setting of these games is known as the Galar region.
It's like the UK.
And I
There's
just
an
we're
expansive
learning
region.
about
Many
Look,
Ontario's
it's like-
regions.
It's like
containing idyllic
UK,
countryside and
British
contemporary
place.
cities.
What
England
the?
stuff.
What the?
Because like
and
that looks like
craggy
Big Ben over there.
snow-covered
Clock.
mountains.
That's the new
Ah.
region.
The people and Pokemon live here, and they've worked together to develop the industries in the region. Here in this region,
Too bad
you'll
you
visit gyms
didn't
with
get
newly
those
discovered
truck
Pokemon you
things
choose
on
to
the
be your
side
first
that are
partner,
red and blue.
aiming for the enviable and admirable title of
I want you
champion.
to get those. They're like a great
So
one.
let's get to know the Pokemon
There you go.
that could be your next partner. The chimp Pokemon, Grookey. This mischievous
Grookey.
Pokemon is
What?
full of boundless curiosity. The rabbit Pokemon, Scorbunny, which is always running about, bursting with energy.
For a bunny.
And the water lizard Pokemon, Sobble. It's a
Oh my
bit
god,
timid,
can the bunny be a
shooting out
soccer
attacks
player?
and finds itself in the water.
When he
Yeah.
evolves, he evolves into a soccer player bunny.
To be your trusty partner,
Then he just
and
plays
set out across
soccer.
the Galar region on
As
a
his
new
attack, he'll
adventure.
throw
My
a soccer
favorite
ball.
so far is probably Sobble.
Along the
You like
way,
Sobble?
there will
I'm
be many more
torn.
never
I
before
like
seen
Scorbunny
Pokemon
or
waiting
Sobble.
to meet you and be discovered.
Croaky's okay too though.
Yeah.
As we work on the development of these games,
That thing over there,
to
the
create
shop, it
the
looks
greatest
like it's a
Pokemon
heart, and it
experience
says
yet.
Gex.
We're challenging
Gex.
ourselves to try new
Yeah.
things while still treasuring what makes Pokemon special. So we hope you'll
And
all
it's
be
just like a
looking
rid
forward to the
spinny
adventures
thing.
awaiting
And
you
then
in the
there's
Galar region.
fake big
Yeah, I
head.
like the way it looks all
So,
steampunky.
what did you
Yeah,
think?
it's cool.
Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. will be
Late 20
released
this year.
simultaneously
Yeah,
worldwide in
cool.
late 2009.
Wait, what?
It comes out this year.
Oh, cool. But when?
And that's not all.
It
you'll
just
have to
says
look
late
forward to in
2019, so
2009.
probably at the end of the year.
We've got plenty in the works for the Pokemon brand that we hope will delight you.
I was expecting it to come out in December.
Thank you all for
That
tuning
is
in
like
today.
the end of the year, Sid.
Oh.
It'll probably come out like one round after summer, probably.
After?
Who's to know? It depends on how much more they'll show. But yeah, so you're wondering why I made a 2-hour video?
Yeah.
Well, I was nitpicking this.
What does that mean?
Nitpicking means when you look at something and you pick at it, complaining, when you complain a lot about something. So I was looking at it and I was complaining about small things.
Oh, so you were just
Well,
starting
'cause
off
look-
chunk by chunk?
Well, like, look, look at this. The
Oh,
walls look kind of like, the textures kind of look mushy to me.
it looks like you're freaking L1.
And then, like, right here, this thing, right, this,
Yeah,
Stone pillar.
moss.
no, but look at the
Oh.
bottom.
Oh, what the?
It look,
It's just grass.
yeah, but what do you see here? Where the mouse is?
Moss?
You can see the fence from behind it. See this? See this fence right here?
Yeah.
This brown fence? You
Yeah.
can see the brown fence from under the stone pillar in between this grass right here. That means that the stone pillar's floating. It's not even touching the ground.
Oh, what the?
So I was
Why
nitpicking.
would they make one freaking longer than the other?
That's just style. That's nothing wrong with that. But like, look,
About here.
no, it's just the texture, Sid. It's they look kind of simple to me. You're kind of young to like understand textures and stuff in video games, but when you look at a video game, if it looks more real to like real life, that means it's got really good textures. If it looks simple, like the textures kind of look flat and stuff, like the trees look flat or the grass doesn't look live enough.
How much stuff is growing on that house, man?
But yeah, I was nitpicking it and just I was going through this trailer and complaining about like how simple it looks to me, and that's why the video is 2 hours long at the beginning. But the snow looks kind of like this. It just looks empty here too.
Why don't you just like add animals or something?
See, and then the houses behind the Pikachu right here look all flat. The trees look all flat. So,
Nothing's 3D.
but they're like I already said this at the beginning of the video. If you read at the bottom right there, can you read it?
I can see it.
Maybe I'll just watch the bottom watch the bottom. What's that say?
Game footage not.
Final. Which means that they're still working on it. So just because all this stuff that you see, they're still gonna work on it, and make it look better, most likely. So I said that I'll keep an open mind. But at the same time, so this is for you viewers as well. If you watched the whole 2 hours and are in the comments angry at me, I actually did look up Sun and Moon afterwards. No, first off, I went and looked up other people's reactions, and all of them said, "This game looks so beautiful," and then I'm just like, what am I seeing wrong that everyone thinks this looks beautiful? So I looked up Sun and Moon, and I compared the two games, and yeah, Sun and Moon, here, let's look at Sun and Moon now.
Alright.
Let's look at Sun and Moon now. Wait, I don't think this is a good trailer. Yeah, this one looks through all the Pokemon, so that's not good. I need an actual trailer. So this is Sun and Moon for 3DS, the most recent game, and look at that.
Almost the same.
Not completely. You gotta look at the like textures. Don't they look? They look very pixelated, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like friggin' jaggy on the sides and stuff. Because the 3DS is not that good at resolution. The 3DS is very low resolution compared to the resolution is
It kind of looks like this on my SpongeBob game.
Yeah, that's because those screens are very small, so the resolution is the size of the screen.
I had to change it because, like, the top was freaking broken.
But yeah, this game, you can see how this doesn't look as good as the other one.
It'd be better if this was on the Switch.
Oh, we're already getting a game on the Switch. Sword and Shield. That's what's coming to Switch. This was on 3DS. I was just showing you as reference. But yeah, that's what I found. Afterwards, I looked at that and I was like, okay, so I can see why people are saying this looks beautiful. Because I never actually played those games. I just remember seeing them occasionally and thinking they looked actually pretty good compared to the games I did play. So to me, this wasn't much of an upgrade because of my ideas of the other ones. But I can see now why people are saying it's beautiful. But still, in the end, my opinion hasn't fully changed. I understand why people are saying it's beautiful, but at the same time, I still think it looks really simple. And I'm hoping that they do change it a bit. Like, again, like, look at his shoulder, look at his arm there, Sid. Look at the logo.
What the?
It's all pixelated.
And he's just...
If I added that kind of picture on my, like, one of my thumbnails, it would be considered very lazy and poor of me to do that with my thumbnail. But it's okay for Nintendo to do something like that on the guy's shirt. But what does your shirt look like? It doesn't look pixelated at all. Mine doesn't have anything on it, it's just got a line.
It kind of looks like pixelated, but not.
I don't even know what's up with that. It's just like some weird line. Just like stitched in there. It's like woven weirdly.
Why can't they just add something on the shirt?
My shirt's boring.
Well,
But yeah,
it's not.
in the end, I understand why. In the end, I understand why it's beautiful. So if everyone's gonna like, oh, you don't see what you're talking about, it's like, yeah, I do see. I understand. If you're comparing it to Sun and Moon, it is I almost. It is amazing. Period. I still think this looks way better though.
I'm just saying that. Just because he doesn't like it doesn't mean you have.
Yeah, that's the thing, Sid. People don't understand how opinions work. Opinions, I'm allowed to have my own opinion, they're allowed to have their own opinion, but if my opinion doesn't in line with theirs, then they'll hate me.
Oh, and this isn't boring. That's not boring. Right here.
My hair's all messy right now. Why'd you pull off my hat?
I don't know.
Guys have the Ash Ketchum look. But yeah, look at this. I like this. This looks really nice, but this isn't gameplay.
I hope he evolves into a soccer player.
Yeah, now I'm set on the soccer player bunny. But like, just look at the grass and stuff. It looks so nice.
And then he's just like a captain-ish.
Sid's distracted by bunny now.
He's adorable! Stop fighting.
But yeah, in the end, I'm excited for this game. I can't wait to see more.
I already forget their name.
Score Bunny, Sobble, and Groki. Groki sounds like a friggin' frog's name though. And he's like a monkey.
What's the...
They're the new starters for the game. So you know like Squirtle, Charizard, or Charmander, and Bulbasaur? How you get to pick one of them at the beginning?
Yeah.
You get to pick one of these guys at the beginning of that Sword and Shield.
What's the blue frog's name in Pokemon? The blue one?
What blue frog?
The one that Ash Ketchum has.
Greninja?
Not a ninja. He's a frog.
Greninja's a frog too. He has the...
Yeah, but it's
Greninja's-
light blue.
Greninja's the thing from Smash Bros. The one with the tongue around his neck. The ninja.
Not that one.
Frog. Blue frog that Ash has. Oops, wrong thing.
How does Lydia know it but not you?
Because I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't... If it's about the new Pokemon show, I haven't watched the new one yet.
It's not about the new one.
Ash is blue frog Pokemon.
Because he reminds me of Krogi.
This. Are you talking about this thing?
Yeah,
That's freaking Greninja! That's the first form of Greninja!
Krogi.
That's Froakie! He's the first form that turns into the Greninja!
Wait, he turns into Greninja?
Yes!
I never even knew that.
Gosh, he turns into this thing first. I'll show you guys. He turns into this thing first, then he turns into freaking Greninja.
Oh.
She was talking about this, so yeah, freaking exactly, I was right. It was Greninja that it's the first form of Greninja. He doesn't have that anymore. He has Greninja now.
Yeah.
See, because this is Ash mixed with Greninja. This is him fused with Greninja.
Oh, cool.
He became Greninja.
How?
They became one. I don't know. It's some weird story in the show. They took it from Digimon.
Froakie reminds me of the monkey dude.
There's so many monkeys in Apom.
You're talking about the new monkey? The new one?
Oh, you're saying Froakie reminds you of the new monkey Groki.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. That's kind of, now that I hear it, Froakie and Groki, that's lazy naming. It's not even that
They
different.
just named him after Froakie.
Groki and Froakie.
They can be best buds. Froakie and Groki are now best buds.
But yeah, I've been seeing a lot of people like Groki a lot. They're saying if you choose anything but Groki, you're dumb.
If you choose anything, then Sobble, you're dumb.
And Dan likes Score Bunny.
No, his name should be Soccer Bunny now. What do you think their evolutions are gonna be?
I'm really curious to that too, but now that I hear Score Bunny and there's the kid at the end of the trailer is like looking like he's going to play soccer, I'm now thinking Score Bunny is actually going to be playing soccer.
This?
Like there just should be Score Bunny
No, imagine
walking
Score
next to
Bunny.
him.
I was just gonna say that. No, imagine if that's his opponent.
Well, you
Score
need more
Bunny.
than one opponent, Sid. Soccer needs more players than just
I know, but like
one-on-one.
Score Bunny could be a captain on his side. Like Score Bunny could just take the lead.
Soccer with Pokemon. I would buy that.
No, Pokemon against people.
That's boring. You gotta mix. You gotta mix a bit. You gotta
No.
have some people with some Pokemon. You gotta have the Pokemon with their partners on the soccer team. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed Sid's reaction. What did you think about the game?
50,000 stars.
50,000 stars. I don't even think that's a rating, but okay. And yeah, can't wait to hear
Sobble Infinity.
Infinity. I can't wait to hear more about it. I don't want to hear too much though. I don't want to hear all the Pokemon, the new ones. I want to have,
Spoilers.
yeah, I want to have some surprises, but I do want to. I at least do want to see the evolutions of the starters.
The bunny better be a soccer player.
Okay.
I'm still curious about Sobble.
We're calling it the bunny is a soccer player.
He's now officially a soccer player.
Bye.
Bye bye.